All right. I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while, I just need something that's not so right. I need something that's Hoang. Yeah, that's right. We got Hoang here in the red, playing on his Celts account. Fun fact, if you didn't know, Hoang has 2,500 games on his Hoang account, which is currently ranked 35th, 40th, somewhere around there. And his Celts account has 1,500. That is a lot of games. He has way more games than anyone else, and he happens to be playing in the top 50 now. That was not the case a year or two ago, guys. Hoang has really improved with DE. I think his biggest weakness is probably the fact that he does the same damn thing all the time, but I think that's something I appreciate. While I want high-level players to compete at a high level in events, there's something about a guy who just loves to play the game regardless. It's like the high-level fat slob. Hoang actually really could go places if he put his mind to it, but we'll see. I'll speculate about that another time. So yeah, he's Celts. If you don't know Hoang, he's amazing with his all-in pressure. Most people do. And he he plays Celts so much, his second account is named Celts. So, yeah. Now, the thing about the amount of games that he has is a lot of his games are really, really quick. So, 4,000 or 5,000 Hoang games is certainly shorter than 4,000 or 5,000 with someone else. But he knows how to play Celts well, and he plays Celts because of the siege power. The best Hoang quote ever, one of the best quotes I've ever heard from any player. Somebody asked Hoang in his Twitch chat one night, Hoang, why do you play Celts? And he just said, Celt Eat TC. And he is going to try and eat some TC. It's dinner time in this game. Now, ACCM, incredible player. I have a soft spot in my heart for this guy because he's super nice. I've seen him improve, and I feel like many people still rate him as second best in Vietnam. I think that even though Bact has the reputation and Bact was better in the past, I think that ACCM might just be the best Vietnamese player in the world. I think he's ranked 10th or 15th on the ladder, somewhere around there. He's yet to take a really big jump in tournaments, right? He's still struggling in like in Hidden Cup, for example. Makes it into Hidden Cup, has to qualify, and then he's amongst the top 16, and then struggles in round 1 or round 2. So he's yet to get a really big result, but I would consider him better than Hoang. And Khmer, in many ways, a Civ that can do very well against Celts, especially if you know that Hoang's going to do this. I think it should be easy to stop, right? And that's what's so freaking crazy about Hoang. Like, he's just so good at it. You know it's coming. He loves to sneak villagers. You know it's going to happen. And yet he just makes it happen. He's like, you are going to get your TC eaten, and you are going to like it. Okay, so, important note, this is Golden Pit. Now, the map pool in DE actually updated tonight, which for you guys was a couple days ago, because I don't know when I'm uploading this. And it does not include Golden Pit anymore. It actually has Gold Rush, which is a similar map. You get 6 tiles of gold next to your town center, and then the rest of the gold is all in the pits. I would be very scared to go in that pit if I were you, ACCM, because Hoang would have a hill bonus against you with his siege. Alright, Hoang bringing in his boars. The meta on this map is Fast Castle. So you see walls already for ACCM. It actually is a risky game to play attacking a villager of Khmer in this situation. Any other Civ, and Hoang would probably attack that right there, but the reason he's not is because the second that villager gets weak, he can hop right into the house. Nice bonus to have. Another bonus that's great with Khmer is the fact that you do not need to build your buildings to advance to the next stage. You don't need to make a blacksmith and a market to go to Castle Age. ACCM, he must be really scared that Hoang is considering making militia, because Hoang tends to build a barracks super early and do that. And it's amazing how players change their style and rush in deer, rush up walls because of Hoang's reputation. And Hoang's just like, whatever, I'm not even going to wall right now. I'm just going to leave myself open, and I'm going to take my deer while you stay at home. It's so funny to me. But, shoot, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, if there ever was a Civ to not counter Celts, but kind of get ahead of Celts and get ahead of this rush, it would be Khmer, because their fast castle times can be pretty insane. Yeah, I think ACCM is He's just going to opt for farms. He could have stayed at home and pushed his deer, right? Now, Hoang's definitely going to be better off economically because he's gone for the mill, but looks like fast castle for both. Yeah, so I wish I wrote down the order I wanted to upload my videos, but there's going to be another game, if you haven't seen it already, which features Khmer, and it's going to be a very analytical approach. I actually casted the game on my stream, and if you're looking for an exciting game, Hoang doesn't have Loom right now. This could be dangerous. Can ACCM get that? No, he can't. No, he cannot. But if you're looking for an exciting game where I really break down the pros and cons, what you can do with Khmer, and specifically in that situation, I'd recommend either watching it or just waiting for it. I don't want to spoil or give too many details just yet, but it's cool stuff. Haven't recorded it yet, and I'm saving that for last because it's probably my favorite one out of the bunch. And that's saying something because these games are super good. So Hoang does have his scout here. And he should kill ACCM's scout, right? Because he has more HP after ACCM went for the Vil kill. Oh, he builds the gate. Oh, what the plays, man. He's going to be in feudal age slightly faster. So yeah, that scout's going to die for ACCM. I'm pretty damn sure. Depends on how many hits Hoang ends up getting, but you get extra speed and attack when you hit feudal. The 17 seconds should be enough for 2 hits. 1, and then that's going to be 2. Yeah, and ACCM just did as much as he could against that. Now that is a disaster against Hoang. To lose your scout against Hoang is terrifying. I am speaking from experience. I have played him, I want to say 12 times now? Maybe more than that. I think I have won 3, and I've lost 9. Let me put it to you this way. I remember the ones that I won. I try and forget the ones that I lost. So, it could be anywhere from 6 to 12 that I've lost. But, I've lost my scout many times against him. I've casted many times where people lose a scout. And when this happens, I bet you Hoang is just smiling from ear to ear. Like, oh, you're gonna just wall up? That's cute. You'll have no clue where my sneak's coming, buddy. Now, here's the weakness of the Khmer. If you were another civilization, you probably would be building a barracks or some military building, right? What ACCM is going to... Okay, there's the stable now, right? So what ACCM is going to do is he's going to skip the barracks, so he can't patrol any spears around right now to try and catch Hoang's forward, and here he comes. I believe the play is probably to make a scout to try and catch the villagers. But normally what Hoang will do is he will send a... he'll build a barracks and send his own spear. He actually doesn't have that yet. So the timing for ACCM is not the best. And he also wouldn't even know what side to go to, which is quite rough. But what's great about having Khmer is the eco is really strong. If you end up having to relocate a bunch of times, it's fine because the farms don't have drop-off points. And they also get redemption. That is a huge, huge upgrade to counter Hoang. If you were to know you're up against Hoang, you probably should pick Aztecs. And just go fast castle into monks, because the Aztec monks are so strong and you can just convert the siege and the knights. Forward stable for Hoang. And he's going to go YOLO. This game is going to take so many turns, believe me. And so here comes ACCM. Will he ACC him over here? That was bad. Trust me, you're going to want to stay. The castle times come in. And Hoang is just going to lose his scouts. And now at least ACCM knows what's up. Okay, so his response is to... His response is to try and kill the villagers altogether. He's got to be careful. I don't think he knew the stable was there. Had he known the stable was there, I don't think he would have done this. But he wants to protect that gold, right? He sees everything that Hoang's doing, and will lose the scout now. If Celts eat TC, Celts are certainly going to eat tower, alright? Hoang is hungry. Hoang's going to have some monks to heal up his knights and to get conversions. I think the tower was ill-advised. But this is the thing, it makes you freaking panic, guys. It makes you panic. You're like, oh, I gotta do something right now before this gets out of hand. Can ACCM defend from this? The tower's gonna go down. Now, he can't build a second TC because he built that tower. He's not gonna have the stone for it. However, I think priority number one, like Hoang tends to idle his TC at home, right? So priority number one, ACCM doesn't have loom. Okay, priority number one is loom. Priority number two is to just slow down the push. Because your eco, like Hoang's probably not looking at his base at all. I'm actually impressed. Okay, I'll keep you updated. There's so much here. We have house wall, house wall, house wall, house wall. Now Hoang started off with the ram, which will die. Alright, there's an elephant and 2 knights that were headed in there. There's a monk in there. They can't really engage. There's spears in there, so they can't really engage. So far, so good for ACCM. Now, I love Hoang games because it's like, I don't know if you guys are sports people, right? And I'm not really a big basketball guy, but I'm just going to use this example. It's like when a game is tied up in the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, all right? It's like it could swing with one play. And that's exactly what Hoang games are like. Whereas with other games, it's just like, how are you going to build up over time? And it's like Barcelona passing the ball around strategically. And I just switched sports on you and whoop! This is so funny to me. ACCM just ran right into Hoang's base. And Hoang's not paying attention. So Hoang loses a villager underneath the farm. Is very focused over here. I didn't realize his base was open. Now he's got a quick wall. He's not Khmer. He can't hide in his houses. That's a tilter right there to have that happen when you're trying to micro. ACCM killed a scorpion, and he also went 1-for-1 with the Maganel. So he's actually doing a really good job. Like if the knights come in here, he's pretty much dead, right? Alright, so he's gonna repair, hop into the house. Here again, he fails to hop into the house. Hops out of the house, hops back into the house. And now he needs another house, because that's not a safe house to live in. Alright, repairs, house wall, Maganel at 90%. Can ACCM keep Hoang out? Or is he gonna fall apart? He's all out of timeouts here. And he okay, I didn't think he was gonna kill that for whatever reason, but he gets a kill. And now, since there's no Maganels for Hoang, he's actually done okay. Now, update on this situation. Hoang lost 2 villagers. Could be 3 in a second. 3. Oh, and it could be 4 too. He's super weak. ACCM, get him. Sorry, he's too focused on this. There's an elephant over here. I guess he converted that one. And oh, another Maganel shot from ACCM. If I was streaming this right now, I would say type a 1 in the chat for yes, if you're impressed with how ACCM has played this. I loved how he was hopping in and out of the houses like that. That was cute. Like, these are Celt Maganels. They fire so fast. And look at that. That's amazing defense from ACCM. He's still losing villagers and made his own Scorpion. Now, Khmer Scorpions outranged the Maganels. That's pretty sick. And 1-for-1 again. Okay. 1-for-1 again. The Knights couldn't engage. I think making a few scouts would be good. What's the eco look like for ACCM? Oh, man. It's just as messy as Hoang's. The knight comes in. That knight needs to be deleted. It's not deleted. So now there's another knight in Hoang's army. And there's 2 villagers that have died. How long can you do this? Oh, wait a second. Oh, Hoang gets another conversion? Yeah, I think it's getting close to where Hoang can break through here. This is bad, man. This is bad. Like, he doesn't have any possibility of counterattacking or anything. I'm still really impressed with the defense. It's just one of those... If he ends up losing this game, it's just one of those games where... You gotta feel like you played well. You just got outplayed, right? Is there a hole there? There is a hole there. ACCM? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. It was kind of a hard one to spot. He's focused on running around here and saving his knights. And now the knights and the elephant and the monks are coming in. And guys, he's off of wood to the point where he has to... well, I guess he had the wood to build a lumber camp, but he decided on the market. Basically, he's going to go for market abuse to try and buy what he needs to save himself from this. Here comes the knights. Hoang has 3 monks around. Oh my god! Celt Eat Knight! Oh my goodness, I'm gonna wake the freaking neighbors. That was a sick headshot. Oh, that makes matters so much worse for ACCM. He's about to lose his siege workshop. We'll see if he can get a Mangonel out there and get a good trade, but it is 50 population for Hoang. This is why he picks Celts, because he can be... You can keep him knocking at your door for 10 minutes and he can still do it. However, surprised Hoang there. Hoang... Alright, well, he has to delete the elephant. It wasn't his in the first place. And he has to wait for siege now. Let's look at Hoang's eco. I don't know what these villagers are doing right now. This actually looks like a DE thing. Does he want to build... Villagers get wedged in sometimes. Hoang killed a monk before losing that night, which is good. But yeah, villagers, like, he's definitely clicked them to go do something. And they just won't make it out. This is a huge bug. They should be able to walk through there. I feel really bad. Oh, he wants to go to the gold. Yeah, I bet you they were supposed to go to the gold. The knight from Hoang's here. Oh, no! Oh, that's so bad for ACCM. He doesn't have another Mangonel on the way. And that means he could lose his siege workshop. Hoang is even using his 2 villagers to attack the mining camp, which he's currently attacking. What on earth? And ACCM, if he uses the villagers here... Yeah, he's just gonna... Oh, wait, no, they're in the house now. Okay. Alright, that was cute. But... Hoang is getting closer to the TC. He's hungry. Those villagers were still wedged there. That really bothers me because that's a common thing and it still hasn't been fixed. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to get frustrated, but he actually walled behind that villager who died. And now ACCM realized the villagers are here, so maybe the bug ended up helping him. 40 villagers versus 37. Now, guys, this is an insane game, but it's only gonna get crazier, trust me. I can only say crazy Hoang game in YouTube titles so many times before people think every video is the same, but I love watching Hoang Celt Eat TC. Yeah. Celt Eat TC. That TC is gonna go down. Hey, there's no way. See ya, ACCM. There's no way. Now, he's gonna lose this villager to a conversion as well. Somehow, it's only 4 villagers behind. He does have redemption monks now. If he can convert these knights, it'd be a huge help. Doesn't get a conversion, but he could convert the Mangonels now. He basically convert everything that Hoang's sending his way. Now, ACCM, he doesn't have a town center. He's got to make a run for it. And he's like, run away! So I think he's sending these 2 vills as distractions. So his villagers can get away. As for these villagers, I'm not so sure. But respect to those villagers for laying down their lives for their friends. And he actually got a small counter in, which is going to be short-lived here. ACCM should lose this. ACCM should definitely lose this. Oh man, he can't. The siege fires too fast. The monks can't pray fast enough to get the conversion. Oh, wait a second, but Hoang doesn't have his own monks here. He kind of forgot those bad boys. And so, 1 Mangonel goes down, 2 Mangonels are going to go down. The Scorpion could go down. The villagers are arriving to attack Scorpions. Again, ACCM. This is so messy. ACCM has no business even being close to winning this game. I'm going to say one thing about Hoang. The lack of eco can hurt him sometimes. Look at this. More lumberjacks than trees. 3 farms. He doesn't look at his base. And oftentimes it doesn't need to because he's still able to wreck, still able to win. ACCM will attack this knight and kill this knight. Alright, and Hoang's just got to keep it moving, I suppose. This is where he's looked back to his base. And he definitely knows that ACCM is on that gold. So you can convert monasteries. Not that Hoang has redemption anyways, but it's just important to note that I think the worrying thing for Hoang would probably be the monks. But he doesn't know how much is in the middle. He doesn't know what we know. But you notice here that ACCM has just converted a Scorpion. He could maybe convert a Knight in a moment. I wish the monks could use their staff to hit things. That's a 1 HP villager. Alright, it converts the Knight. Hoang's over here with the villager. Don't ask me about that one. Like, the attack has kind of fizzled out, but Hoang has way more villagers. Alright, another conversion there. This monk has full faith. One more conversion probably won't happen. No, it will happen. That was pretty fast. I thought the knight would be deleted. No town center for ACCM. He needs to buy 100 stone, and then he needs to buy wood for the TC. That's how bad it is right now. He does... Oh, he's making a market. He lost his market there. That's hilarious. But Hoang's attack is... whatever Hoang tends to fight with is now countered by the monks. The siege can be converted. I don't know if ACCM Civ gets atonement, though. Actually, hold on. This is a recorded game. Let's see. Atonement. Atonement. They don't. Okay, so atonement, the reason I was checking is because with atonement you can convert enemy monks. So you have redemption to convert the siege. Cool. Alright, so let's check Hoang's eco. He's added some farms. No horse collar. Still 1 TC. And making a siege workshop. So it's this weird part of this game. Like, this is only Hoang, right? Only Hoang. But it's a weird situation where everything that Celts can make and do decently well at can get converted by the monks. Knight arriving to pick off that monk, and he gets it. Alright, so ACCM's gonna lose more villagers. Yeah, he's losing a lot of them, actually. Even losing one over here to the spears. And maybe that's Hoang's approach, to just make spearmen. Whatever. The guy doesn't have a TC. Why are we still casting this game right now? Hoang gets conversion. That's another knight that can now attack ACCM. ACCM is 1, 2, 3 monasteries. And he has gold on Golden Pit. Hoang has 1 tile left there. And guys, he doesn't have any more gold that he can access. And even if, like, wait, what can you make? You can't make mangonels now. If you make pikemen, Khmer have scorpions. You make knight, like, there's not a single thing that Hoang could do, except maybe use his food and wood eco, which should be a bonus because he has so many more villagers, but I don't know what that gives him. He wasn't even looking at his eco in the first place. Doesn't have his wood upgrade, doesn't have his farm upgrade. You have monks and Khmer scorpions arriving to Hoang's base, so ACCM, believe it or not, forget about the statistics. Like, honestly, vill counts should not even be important in Hoang games, because he wins games so frequently with less vills. So if he has more vills, it should be the same. It's all about just killing bases, right? Alright, Hoang has 2 scorpions and a mangonel in here. And it's really tough to know what to do in ACCM's position, because you know that he's going to hop out of there the second you're not paying attention. Alright, ACCM loses his siege. Hoang loses his siege. Hoang needs to use the scorpions to take that monk out, otherwise he's going to lose the siege workshop. And tell me he's going to get it. Yep, he does get the monk. It takes a while to convert siege. There's more scorpions coming forward. Now, Hoang Civ does not get redemption. A scorpion's just converted. So he cannot address these scorpions with monks. And he can't really address it with knights either. And so Hoang's like, what do I do, man? What do I do? Let's use all the extra villagers. Let's use our whole advantage. And send it to the middle to take ACCM off of gold. That's what he wants to do, but he can't. Maybe in the future, but right now, he can't pass that. So he has to build a defensive castle. And he's going to try to snipe that monk. Shoot it! Oh my, are you kidding me? Well, now ACCM has a mangonel. Look at the idols for Hoang. This is gonna, like, I know I'd asked you guys in the past if you wanted a Hoang playlist. We don't have one on this channel yet. It's about freaking time that we have a Hoang playlist, because all the games are so utterly ridiculous, and this is going to be one of the best ones. 23 villagers for ACCM. He hasn't had a town center for 10 minutes. Does he have any working farms right now? 1 on food somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, him. He's actually farming the charred farm. That's a sad thing. That's how bad his eco is he doesn't have a lot of food, and then his food is burnt. I mean, I personally like it extra crispy. Alright, free siege workshop, free market, and free blacksmith now for ACCM. He's gonna start creating villagers again. What can Hoang do without access to gold? That's the one important thing that Hoang needs for his push. And his push is gonna be utterly countered too. There was nothing worse. Like, it probably sucks losing to Hoang. I have absolutely no experience with that whatsoever. However, imagine how Hoang feels right now. Probably feels amazing to be ACCM having a chance. But Hoang is just, he's slowly realizing the guy's losing his houses to monks. It's like, I killed so much, and I can't do anything. Okay, this is what I would do. I would go for pikemen and light cav. Actually, light cav would be the best thing. He has 19 on food. I think, you know, it's realistic that he might get to it. The problem is, he's going to be under pressure, and it's going to be the Khmer player eating TCs now. Guard tower is a great way to defend from that, but yeah, he doesn't have space. Like, ACCM is surrounding him on this side with the Scorpion and Monks. Going to convert the barracks. And then he's also over here. And then he has the gold. And he's starting to get his food eco rolling a little bit. So many monks. So much siege. 21 military to 3. And it's 26 villagers to 66. Okay, when you're in Hoang's position, what goes through your mind is, eco is my advantage. Eco is why I'm going to win. So you keep creating more eco. I actually think this is the point where Hoang should be idling his TC. Like, just live with the food you have and try and deal with this force, right? He actually sent a Woad Raider out here and picked off the Scorpion. And he's going to run along. I don't know where to. He's having to build a lot of guard towers, which really sucks because he already built a castle at home. And now he's going to have to build 3 towers in the same spot. I think the first couple towers weren't that well thought out. Alright. Now, where are the light cav? Light cav coming on market for Hoang. Now, he could sell wood for some gold. He has 0-1 gold right now. He's still losing houses. He's actually about to get pop capped because he's losing houses to the conversions. Double check on ACCM's position. He rebuilt the TC at home. That's kind of funny. How he went right back here. He's like, this is my spot. This is it. And it's just I have such a big smile on my face. This is such an amazing game right here. Let's look at Hoang's light cav numbers. Trying to produce. Again, I think if you idle the TCs now, you have hundreds more food. I think that might be the play, but you know what? This might be we might soon have an opportunity to get to the middle, right? There's not a lot of military here for ACCM. Right, Bodkin arrow now for Hoang. That's probably why he sold a lot of food and a lot of wood to get that gold. That's probably why he built the market so we could get Bodkin. He's going to build more houses because he's about to be pop capped. 76 villagers to 37. The university will go down. Not really a big deal. This is also the point where ACCM could consider going for other units. Actually, no, it's still going to be gold wood units, I think, because he only has 11 farms. It's not like he can go pikeman right now. That's going to hurt. But he could go Scorpion Monk still. I'm on edge. Despite the fact that this is a recorded game, I'm on edge in the counterattack with the Woad Raider. I was wondering where that guy went. I guess he didn't kill all that much because he doesn't seem to want to attack, but that Woad Raider went forward. And it's very good thinking from Hoang to try and use it back here. Does not have a siege workshop here anymore, so he probably forgot about that. The Woad Raider goes down, but nice little attack. And here he comes! Here he comes! He wants to drop a castle in the middle to deny the gold, which is what ACCM is using to push in this game. Still a big, big Vil difference. ACCM, now he's thinking, shoot, what do I do? What on earth do I do about this? Because the only way I had any chance is because he couldn't get gold. Now, the same situation still exists where all the gold units that Hoang can make for the foreseeable future can be countered. However, gold's still very helpful and very much necessary. If I'm Hoang, I'm still thinking full light cap, though. And get your food and wood and farm and, like, all your eco upgrades. Man, it's much better nowadays, but at times in the past, it's like I'm casting a low elo legend when I cast Hoang. A low elo legend who is extremely aggressive and has amazing siege knight monk micro. You see things like this, and it just reminds you how special Hoang is. Because he is top 50 in the world on multiple accounts. Like, everyone hates to play him, and he doesn't do the most basic of things. If he were to improve upon those things and do those more consistently, it could do so much for him. 85 villagers, and he's thinking of the Imperial Age. Okay, I'm going to pause this, because this is a very important note. Not just an important note for games, or for this particular game, but for all games, and maybe you guys will learn, and maybe you guys, if you play, will be able to implement this in your games. Seems obvious, but I think many times people get tunnel vision and they think, how can I use the Imperial Age, right? So, sorry, they think I need to get to the Imperial Age. What you should be thinking is, do I benefit from Imp? Because that's 1,000 food and 800 gold Hoang just put into the Imperial Age upgrade. I think he does benefit, right? He definitely benefits just simply with trebs. Then he can treb down the TCs, then ACCM can't take his gold. However, it does not solve the problem of there being monks out here. It does not solve the problem of the scorpions, right? So he is going to imp with all those resources for trebs. That's a lot of resources to spend. Let's get back to it. Also, that one town center he has is going to be idle, as it's taking him to the Imperial Age. Whereas ACCM has a few TCs pumping right now. So I think the build counts will even out a little bit. I say that, of course, as Hoang is sniping villagers. Very good stuff from him. Very good stuff. Again, like, there's so much to focus on right now. Is there going to be Woad Raiders for Hoang? Is that what he wants to make? He has getting wheel. I like it. That's an eco upgrade. Another TC for ACCM. Who has 2 relics, so he's had a lot of gold in this game. It's just down to ACCM to realize he's probably up. You don't see a flood of light cap. You don't see a flood of anything that costs food and costs wood from Hoang. This is where Hoang is most vulnerable. So you have a lot of scorpions inside of these siege workshops right now. Quite a few scorpions. And there's knights. Normally, this is where you're going to see a player push and try and do something. Punish Hoang for going imp, essentially. Now, what Hoang wants to do is he wants to go for the Woads. Woads still struggle against the Khmer scorpions. Especially, I would say if there's upwards of 6, it can be a real struggle. Unless you have like full upgrades, elite. That's not an option for him. These scorpions are actually hitting the villagers, and this is the only area that... Well, these piles are the only areas where Hoang can get gold. So he just repositions. Bowsaw now for Hoang. Here he comes. I think Hoang, he really should have kept pushing. He wants to in the Imperial Age. What is it going to be? 7 scorpions here. Make that 8 with the scorpion over here. You have knights on the left. Knights do reasonably well against Woad Raiders if they're not elite Woad Raiders. Elite Woad Raider is expensive. And now ACCM, who sees Hoang's an imp, so he's like, uh-oh. He's made this tower. You see how close the vill count is just because that one TC was idle? That's a pretty big deal. And what do you do if you're ACCM? Well, you further invest into Castle Age. You keep creating villagers from your TCs, and you have to beat the Imperial Age options with Castle Age options. Scorpions, Knights, Rams. If you try and stall out for Imp now, you have a similar problem that Hoang just had, where there's a couple minutes where you don't have the res to do much. And if you do that, it's just playing right into Hoang's decision to go Imp himself, and you lose everything over the next couple minutes. Instead, you've got to YOLO this, and you've got to do it soon, too. Is a ram in that siege workshop, a ram in this siege workshop. Now, when you're not Celts, I think the number of rams you need to justify running in to to take a castle is usually 6. 6 minimum if the opponents have army. And you're going to need some army as well. Another stable now for ACCM. Reasonable farm number. Khmer farm, super quick. He's going to have the hill if there's a fight here. He's going to have a lot, but he does not have town centers anymore. Not in the middle, that is. Hoang's just going to take all the gold, and he's getting plate mail. Woad Raider's still 65 HP, 8+1 attack. A Knight has 10 attack, 120 HP. I don't care how many armor upgrades you get. The lack of HP is a pretty big deal. The Scorpions are also incredible against infantry. I'm sure you guys all know that. Chain barding armor now from ACCM. Can he do it? Like, there was a point in this game where he was 40 vills behind. And now the vill counts are so even. The populations are even. Everything's even. Except for the fact that Hoang just lost his castle foundation to a Woad Raider. Did you see that? Rewind that on YouTube and watch it. ACCM converted a Woad, then turned around and attacked the castle foundation, and somehow killed that castle. Would have been so huge for Hoang if he got that up. If Hoang gets that castle up, first off, I've never seen that before. That was ridiculous. But if he gets that castle up, it's so much more difficult for ACCM to push this. And ACCM, because there's only one castle and not that many Woads, is able to snipe that castle. Like, Hoang is, if you know him, his eco is probably quite bad. Probably not imbalanced elsewhere, and he's running around with vills. He's not mining gold. Knights and monks and scorpions are doing a lot, and I think Hoang really needed that castle. And I think he's really stressed and can't figure out what to do right now. ACCM, this is your chance. This is your chance to make it happen. I mean, what better time? You just destroyed a castle with a Woad Raider you converted. Epic. He has how many rams here? Let's see what number he chooses. He's got 6, and I swear to God I didn't even know. Just my feeling of it. He's got 6. And he's got knights, and he's got scorpions, and everything from Hoang in the middle is dying. Where's Imp? Where's Imp, Hoang? He has light cav. He has a few Woads. He has no treps. He has no relics, so he won't get gold from that. And there's going to be 1 ram remaining. Looks like 5 wouldn't have been enough. And Hoang can't take out that ram. I mean, okay, let me repeat that. He can take out the ram, but to do so, he has to use villagers who are just going to die to the siege and the knights anyways. And more rams are going to come because ACCM still has gold. ACCM is about to take the freaking score lead. He's won. It's game over. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. When I saw this, I couldn't believe that this was possible to come back in this situation. Certainly, it has a lot to do with the map, and it has a lot to do with redemption, man. The power of faith, the power of redemption. Hoang is super desperate now. He's now going to make barracks, I guess, for pikes, maybe. Again, Khmer are so good at countering that with the scorpions, and he has the gold and the relics to fund it. At one point, ACCM had 23 vills, and Hoang had around 50 or 60. I think it was 60. Now it is 90 vills for ACCM, and 60 for Hoang. That's so many knights. And Hoang, he does this sometimes. He doesn't have a mic when he streams, but when he loses games, sometimes he just sits there like this for a couple seconds. And he's probably, I don't know, like stretching or sighing or thinking, how did I throw this game? Guys, I really wish that we could replay games from certain spots, right? Like, I could pause, say, hey, redo this and see what happens. I really wonder what would have happened in the middle if Hoang did get that castle up and that clutch Woad Raider didn't snipe it. Because as Hoang, you know, still just kind of sitting there, can't believe his eyes. I still think ACCM would have been in a better position. Perhaps I alluded to it a little bit too much when I paused, but Hoang going imp did not do enough for him. I think when you have what should be the better food in Wood Eco and then you gain gold, what you should do is you should just clear. Just clear. You could go Rams, which are awkward to convert. You could go Light Cav. You could mix in Knights if need be, but just produce a lot. Use that 1,000 food and 800 gold to take map control, and then once you have map control, then you go in. He did not take the map control. He probably felt like a few castles with trebs will clear out the space. Then I'm going to have the castles to produce Wood Raiders, which is an amazing unit, and then a win. But just didn't realize how much eco he had behind it. You have 40 plus farmers, 50 plus farmers. Yeah, go in. You're going to have more food. 20 farmers with missing eco upgrades, lots of idle time. It actually was the nail in the coffin right there. Unbelievable. That is, like I said, one of the better Hoang games ever. And I'm going to continue to recommend this one. If you haven't seen it already, at the end here in about a minute, there's a game where all I'll say is the person who won the game had less than 20 population at the 45th minute. Okay? It was another Hoang game. It was another messy game, and it was Hoang against another Vietnamese pro named Say My Name. It was incredible, and watching Hoang is just so freaking entertaining because there's so much potency to his attack, but he also doesn't have the other aspects of his game nailed down, which leads to tremendous victories at times and then tremendous throws for Hoang, which is just so fun. Things are so unpredictable. 54 largest army. Imagine how much military Hoang could have had. He could have used the gold that he used to go in for Rams, and then he could have used that food for Light Cav. Oof. Like maybe 75% Light Cav, 25% Knights with upgrades. It'd be sick. He had more food, he had more wood, he had more stone. Look at the gold difference. I think that's one of those games where ACCM continued to play because it was Hoang. If it was myself, and I went for that strategy, and maybe I'm thinking too highly of myself, but I think genuinely any other player in the top 100, I think what he does is he resigns because he knows the other aspects of their game is going to be good, like their food wood eco. Like everyone knows how good my farm eco is, right? So yeah, he just resign instantly. But he's been there before, and he knew, you know what? Actually, I want his monks for this guy. Maybe I can do it. Look at that timeline, man. Look at that timeline. Look at the big dip here. There's so much red in the middle. But it was the monks. It was the monks that did it, and then Hoang slowly lost everything. But look, like here, I feel it was still manageable, right? Like right around here was still manageable. All that dark blue is monks and some siege, but countered by Light Cav. All of that countered by Light Cav. So, you know, it still would have been tough, but I think if he goes Light Cav with upgrades, could have been a very different result, and this could have swung and dipped right back down, and then maybe Hoang ends up winning. Tremendous game. I am out of words for this one, but I appreciate you watching. I mentioned it earlier, I think a few days ago with an upload. If you wouldn't mind liking the video, just because I put in some extra effort and time to make this on top of my streams, that'd be great. I'm just seeing what happens YouTube algorithm-wise, because I hear that it does help promote the videos, and more people will eventually watch them. Honestly, it could just be utter baloney. But you don't have to. Do whatever you want to do. I appreciate you watching regardless. And guys, you have a tremendous day, tremendous night, wherever you're at. I'll see you next time.